What's going on, everyone? Darkwater here, and welcome back to Model Railway Easily 2. And today we get actually quite a bit done. We kind of get the downtown area wrapped up, and we start by trying to lay out some roads and fight with that for a bit. Again, not having a grid-based system can be a little bit tough, but if you zoom in, small mouse movements, you can line things up okay. But we get pretty much the entire downtown area laid out. Got all the buildings in place. Get some foliage in there. The only thing we don't have is small details like people, cars, streetlights, and the like. So that'll be coming soon. Just trying to fill in some of the space, make it look a little bit more populated, I guess. So there's kind of an interesting, I guess, just- the buildings have kind of a either Americana feel or just a generic big city American feel, or these give me kind of a like a European feel. Some of these buildings. So for the downtown area, I kind of do a mixture of the two because that's pretty much the only assets we've got. So just kind of mix the two together, and I think it works. Um, there's no T uh, roads. There's just straight. There's the two curves, and then there's the four-way stop. So do a little kind of sleight of hand, if you will, to cover up the extra unused sides, and we'll see that towards the end. But again, one of those the assets I wish we had. But getting the roads to line up was not the easiest of tasks. For whatever reason, one is always really, really slightly off from the other side, and I don't know why that actually would be. So there's a few small places where it's a little off, but I can accept it. So we use the tall buildings a couple times here and there to just give a little verticality to it. We add in a second train station. This, you will remember, is attached to the blue line. There's the blue train now. And just felt like I wanted another train station back there. And so it'll the blue line will stop on the other side of the map as well, and then it'll make its way all the way back. You may have noticed whenever I put down the train station, there's a red circle around it that indicates the radius of any train lines running within that circle. It will automatically stop the train. Doesn't matter if it's passenger or cargo. It'll automatically stop it. I do wish there were some smaller assets that do similar things, but we will go with what we have access to. I contemplated taking the road straight out, but I don't necessarily think the train tracks further up from where we're currently looking is going to necessarily stay in the positions they are. And so ended up curving it down and connecting it up to the exit there. kind of have a small little city hall or courthouse. I'm not entirely sure. There's a bail bondsman on the side of it there. So I'm gonna assume courthouse. So we put it at the end and we do some smaller touches to it. Tried laying the road there. It started just phasing in and it looked horrible. So we do a little tweaking of that. Kind of wanted the church a little elevated. So I stick with these. That is about the only more small town Americana feel building that I used. I just felt like downtown's going to have, more significantly taller buildings. So tried to stick with those the best we could. Throw some parking lots on the other side because I think that's about the only parking I have downtown. I could add more. I might, but it might just be kind of street parking, side parking. But I try and merge the buildings just to make even larger buildings to kind of give it a feel of just big downtowny style buildings everywhere. I believe you could set up a rail line and just have the train bounce back and forth between the two ends and just do a single down and back line. Um, I don't quite know how that would necessarily work in the city we currently have, but we'll stick with what we got. I added a little bit of hills to cut back on how many buildings I was adding in because I was running out of ideas on how to start combining stuff. But here you can see that I've covered up one of the ends, used some of the sidewalk pieces to just kind of block it off. And it's close enough that you can't, unless you're really looking for it, you can notice that it's not lined up or the street actually turns because of the white lines going across the inside there. But in lieu of having just a corner junction or a T junction, I think that this works. Again, trying to get those to line up is it's a little touchy. Was contemplating if I wanted to do any other buildings on the bottom half, but changed my mind. Decided we would just do a bunch of foliage. As you're coming through the trees, you enter into the town. Contemplated taking this to the corner, and then I realized that that is paint and not actually a one of the pieces. So we move it over a little bit. We add a couple trees on either side. We do some flowers in the middle because I forgot that there were flowers in existence. So kind of scatter those around a little bit. There is the terrain patch here, which I believe is supposed to be flowers. It doesn't look good. So in lieu of that, I go without. I also realized there that the hotel's not actually centered. So do a little bit of detailing in the kind of central area here. The rest of the city needs work, But scatter around some of the dumpsters, a couple of the trucks, cars, just kind of filling out the area a little bit. Do a little bit of tweaking the asphalt terrain paint, just make it a little bit darker, like it's more been used a lot. There's a lot of oil that's coming through. Do a couple small little ponds near the courthouse, as well as add in a few bushes. And then just adding in a little terrain paint here and there to kind of clean up the area. Same with the train station. We do kind of a concrete base, add in some bushes on either side, and then even use a little picket fence on both sides. Add a couple trees here and there to just kind of really fill the space and give it a little bit of home. The terrain paint I've been fighting with a little bit, so that'll need a little touch up here and there. That building that is on the right hand side of those train tracks will not be staying there. That was a just a temporary placeholder at the time. Um, but we increased the size of the hill. We add a bunch of trees, various sizes, shapes. Decided to stick with just the regular green and not turn this into kind of a fall motif. I added a few of the rocks. And the rocks you can elevate vertical and you can rotate them. The one you could rotate them kind of on the horizontal axis. You can't rotate them on any other axes, which is a little sad, quite frankly, because there'd be times that I kind of want to rotate it on a different axis to at least give some kind of variation. But other than fighting with terrain paint, we just grabbed some of the trees and we scattered over by the church. Do a little bit of path down from the church, kind of as a like a wooden, but a dirt path here. Maybe everybody parks at the courthouse and walks up to church. So then we just kind of add a little bit more trees, a little bit more terrain paint, but that's what we get done. It's a big chunk of the board, however. Next time we'll kind of work a little bit more on the mountains and see what we can get done on the backside. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys for being here. Look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And as always, I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic day.